Alright guys, let's start a new prediction for next week. Quick recap, last prediction was about 77% correct, little bit low. My average is 83%. The correct one was the SPY, the Qs, IWM I didn't nail it. I thought it will going with the sideways and it break for the downside. So let's start. SPY. We saw this big red candle. All right, this is terrifying. What surprised me that people didn't notice it and noticed this small break. It was terrifying from this break. The last prediction was that because of this signal of change of trend, we're gonna see maybe another attempt and then retesting on the 510, which it did. The signals for the downside was a break from here, and you can see the sideways move coming down, trying to make a break, fake one inside and then pushing up again, and then so this is the actual break. So after the break we want to see continuation. If we don't see it and then see a gap up, this is a false break, and you're gonna see it with Apple. Apple was a good signal for a fake break and pushing up, and you're gonna see why. So for the SPY at the moment, we are basically entering a downtrend. If you watch the last video, you know it. So I give you an example. This is a trend up. You can see when it's turned to red. This is area of a downtrend. You can see it here. It's move up, move down, make a fake break, pushing up again, moving down, make a fake break, pushing up, fake break. And this is basically trying to take out from the upside and from the downside. This is a sideways move. And then when it's finished, it decides where to go. And basically, it's very hard to know where it's gonna go. So you wait for the break and a continuation. All right. Basically, this candle give us a signal of a break, but we didn't have a continuation. So this is the continuation, and you can write it. All right. So this is a break, and now we need to see continuation. Without checking, I don't think we're gonna have. I think it's gonna bounce up, but now let's check it up. This is just a gut feeling. Trend is down, momentum is down. All right, you can see the momentum is down, and we know that every pullback we're gonna bring the buyers. The question is where they're gonna come. So now we can finish and delete this Fibonacci extension because it's finished. You can see I was drawing it, and basically it reached to the 161.80 and finished. All right. There is a lot of stop losses here, so if it's move a little bit down and push up, it's gonna take all of them and push higher, which is a good one. So let's delete it. And now we're gonna try to find where it is. Let's see if it's touched the 50%, 508. All right. So it could be a good attempt to taking in all the short sellers and then fake it and move for the upside. Just an idea. What we see here, moving down, moving up, moving. This is a short continuation which we had. So nothing much to say. Just for continuation on the 1 hour chart, you can see this is the big red candle. This is where we knew that it's gonna push for the upside and then gonna break for the 510, and now it's resting on the 510. What we have here, this is a low, this is a low. Let's check it here. This is 587 and this is 4. So this is low, this is higher low. What we have here, this is low, this is lower low. There is a divergence. So very good area. for maybe a second attempt for bounce for the upside. Let's check something here. We don't have a clear sign of strength yet. It kind of seems that it wants to retest the 508, 40, 30 cents, I don't know. There is a possibility to reach for the 500. It started to making a sign, this sign of a strength, but it didn't finish yet. In order to finish, it need to move a little bit more for the downside, maybe here and retest, and then bring the buyers. It could be a good fake for the downside and then pushing up. If you want it to be a clear way for the upside, 513, or if you want to be safe, 515, 516 for above, for continuation for the upside. So at the moment, I really think it's want to bounce. You can see it even here on the 50, and from the 50 bounce, this is, you can see a wide area of moving up, moving down, and resting on it. But sorry, the one, you have to be careful. This is 1, 2. If it make another bounce, make sure for the break, because it can do something like this. And this is what worries me, and it's also doable because of the change of trend. What it can do, it basically can move a little bit, making another bounce, and then make all the friends go out, guys, go out, let all the bars re-enter, and then move for the 500. At the moment, I don't have any sign here. I see momentum for the downside. So this gives me indication for the downside. Usually the SPY like to rest on the 50. All right. So it could be a good resting area. But this is for a short, this is just for the week. It can, for the week, trying to move down, bounce, and maybe later 2 weeks, 3 weeks, make the bigger correction for the downside and closing this gap, because there is a lot of gaps. At the moment, again, nothing much to say. In order to break for the upside, it needs another move for the downside, bring more buyers, get in more short sellers, and then take them out with a lot of stop losses, get hit, and move for the upside. It started to build some position, but I don't have a clear signal for entry for the long side. So be prepared. Qs. With the Qs, we was correct, because basically we said it's going to be sideways. We didn't see the clean break. You're going to see it here. The trend didn't change. It was resting, so it was a sideways. Also bouncing from the 445, 6 area. So it hit and bounced. So this is still a zone for where the sellers sell here and buy from the low. If you want to see a clear break, you want to see a, not like here, this is a break and a failure. You want to see a break and continuation. You want to see a break for the downside and continuation. Again, momentum is for the downside. It started to build some sort of small and weak divergence for the upside, so maybe it will try to fake. Be very careful from the 433 break for the downside if it closes below, because this is a sign for a break for the downside. So be very careful with it. Because it's a sideways move, we have a clear signal for the upside and also a clear signal for the downside. Even though the signal for the downside is a little bit stronger for compared for the upside. So I'm a little bit biased for the downside, reaching for the 427, 428, something like this, 427.80. This is the zone. Yeah, some places maybe gonna spike down, close the gap. If we check the 1 hour, you can see basically moving average is a straight. I don't like it. You can see up, down, all around. Divergence there. Let's see. This is 4.4, and this one is 6.5. So this is moving up, this is moving up, so no confirmation. It could move a little bit down, creating a small divergence. This is what I told you, this is a small divergence, which means they are basically didn't decide if they want to make the break or no. So nothing much to help you. Just beside, probably it's gonna rest and then try to see if it wants to rest and bounce or if it wants to break. So please wait. Let me check something. No, big sideways. Don't see anything. Also here, in the Qs, there are still no signal of strength. In order to break for the upside, I will wait for the 439 break for the upside, close above, even though a lot of resistance up above, 436 from below, basically have the sign. I will wait here to see what happened between those two blue lines. So it's a waiting game. IWM. With IWM, I was wrong. This is it. I saw the move for the bounce for the upside with the divergence, but I thought it will continue bouncing. What it did, it moved for the upside, which was correct, and then a big red candle for the downside. This is a break, and then bounce, and from below find the support, became resistant, which is not that good. Nothing much to say. The trend has changed, so it managed to finish the fake. We want to see it. Let's go for the weekly. This is the fake. Let me draw some line here. All right, first touch rejected, didn't, so seller strong here, seller strong there, fake break, try to break, immediately push for the upside. This was green and immediately got pushed back inside. Again, try to fake, tail, fake, break, didn't manage to make a good continuation. So a lots of buyer got cut in this one. This is area where lots of buyer got cut, and what it did, a lots of people get in here and immediately take them out. You can see it will take them out. You can see the volume when it's rising. This is on the weekly. But what is going to happen? Let's check it now. We take the Fibonacci extension from here to the top. It could bounce from the 192.70, the 38 Fibonacci. What will happen if it's continued just in a straight red line? This will go very low and can create a divergence for the upside. So every move can bring the buyer backs. They will bought with a discount, they will buy with a discount, and then continue for the upside. Can it touch the 50? Yes, it can. But so far, this is a signal of a fake break, which is not that good. Something else that can be, if it touching here and making another arm, not that good for the downside, guys. So this is a little bit longer for the longer time. So far, this is, you can see, change of trend. This is not that good. Sometimes it tends to retest again the break, because this is the break. So it wants, sometimes it will try to reach here, 205, 204 area, and then resume the trend. You can see it here, head and shoulders also. Not that good, guys. All right. And not so good for the market because it was leggy. And as I told, I wasn't make sure. A lot of my friends told me they're gonna enter the Russell. I know there was a good indication for a move for the upside, a good potential, but now where are your stop losses, guys? Where are your stop losses? I'm thinking someplace in this area. This gives me the feeling that the market knows that and it will try to take them out. This is for IWM for the downside. No divergence, just creating the momentum for the downside. Tesla. Tesla. Okay, this is the weekly. Let's move on for the daily because it was a sideways. With Tesla, we knew it's gonna move for the upside and then retest and finish its move. We saw the big move of the bars. We can see the tail, so it was a good signal for continuation for the upside. But now the question, what we gonna have? So if we are moving for the 4-hour chart, we can see that momentum is start to be negative, which is not that good. We still have the divergence of the upside, so we still have that and it's a good sign. We just need a confirmation and a signal for the move for the upside. So we have this one and this is a short continuation. So what we want to see it, we want to see the bars defending. If the bar is defending this zone, this area, it is a very good one. If we're gonna see it here moving for the upside, the bar is in the house, it finished the move for the downside. You can see this is crossing the 50, which means momentum is negative, but you don't see if we take it here from here, this is let's say the 50%, we don't see it crossing below the 50%. So it means the bar is strong, which means even if it will create another small red candle, it will move down and then it can create divergence. If it move here, sorry, it can create divergence for the downside. This is will move up, this will move down, and then divergence for the upside, and then crossing for the 188. Let me check it here. We have the clean break. It moved for the retest of the break, which is good. So maybe I think the 170 will be a good area for a bounce or move for the upside. At the moment, below the 171, be very careful. Let it move a little bit down, see if it's a fake break for the downside. If it open with a gap up, I think it's gonna good sign for joining for the upside. And if it's move up, next target is the 176.40, 50. So be careful for resistance and a pullback. And above, it will move for the 195. Even break the 188, guys, and move a little bit here, which is a good sign for Tesla. Do I want it to move for the upside? Yes. Let's look for some clues for the downside. Let me check something. I see clues for the upside, not for the downside at the moment. Okay, this is what I'm seeing. Apple. Okay, now we're gonna talk about Apple. You already see it. Apple, what it did. Momentum for the downside, but I had a signal for the upside. What it did, it make a fake break, but no continuation. Lesson number, I don't know, 1 to 10. Don't try to trade breaks. Wait for continuation. Or even if you want to and have patience, wait for confirmation and a retest. So we had a break here. You can see the volume moving up, and immediately it changed direction, took out a lot of stop losses, and moved for the upside. So move for the area here. This is the box. This is a white box. It doesn't mean that the momentum change something. I don't think there is no break of trend or something like this. This is a fake break. You're gonna see it here. This is the break. Try to fake it. Let's check it here again. This is the 167.11, or it is this candle 167.11 here. All right. So it made the fake, and immediately you can see the volume coming up. Boom. Right, and got rejected. You can see it touched it here, tried to spike higher and get rejected, even though it's closed, which is a good sign. Some sort of change of trend because of the big volume. Do we have divergence? Let's check it out. The high here is 178.67. This is a lower high. This is 87.18, probably, yeah, 94. This is higher high. This is lower high. Some sort of small divergence. But let's see what we have here. This is a downtrend, 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 downtrend. This is a break of trend. This area, you can see without any indication. This is a break of trend because see 1, 2, say 3. This is down. This is the break. So if this is a break, this is an area of a buyer. So it come here, accumulate, make a fake break for the downside, and immediately push for the upside. And we have the indication of the move for the upside with the divergence. Let's check it out again. The 6 to the 8. You can see it here. This is moving up and this is moving down, which means there is no more pressure for the downside. All right, and you can see it here. This is a fake break. All right, so what we're gonna have this week, because of this big move for the upside, is just, let's say, taking out some stop losses and pushing in between this zone, this box, 178 and 168, 170, could be, at the moment, we have something like this. This is moving high and this is moving low. All right. So it can finish the reversal, try to retest off the break and then moving up. If you're patient, wait for it. From here, what we see here, we see the momentum wants to be moving for the upside. We can see this moving up. This is, let's say, a straight line, some sort of divergence. So I'm more biased for the upside. And this is weird. The SPY changed the trend for the downside. The Qs in the middle of nowhere. IWM changed the trend for the downside, and Apple, which was negative, now is changing the trend for the upside. So maybe we're gonna see a lot of money shifting between the Qs, the SPY, and gold and silver, and this is a shifting between where to invest. Now they're gonna resume for Apple and the Nasdaq and taking out money from the gold. So maybe it is. So I'm biased for the upside, guys. I know there is a lot of resistance, and I don't like this cross. This is a cross between the 50 and the 200, which is not that good. And this is the retest. Usually where there is a cross, there is a retest, and then resuming the trend. I know the trend didn't change, guys. The trend didn't change, so I want to see continuation. And be patient. You even want to see a break and retest, and then decide to see if the retest is strong. So be very patient. I'm a little bit positive, but probably it's going to take a little bit time. If I just see it crossing below and gapping down, it's moving for the downside. Will it break it? I don't know yet. Could be very interesting, but see the size of the candle. All right, see here the size of the candle. So buyers are strong. They are waiting. They bought here. Now they bought here. So this is the zone. So now they are in 0. So if it closes above the 180, pushing for the upside, guys. It could take time. It could take some time. So be patient. So far you can see also in the daily. This is higher lows, lower lows. All right. Divergence for the upside. It doesn't mean it can make moving for the downside for the 171, testing the break and then resuming. Let's check it on the weekly to see something. This is form below, which is not that good. Retesting. So there is a lot of sign for both sides, so be very careful. For the longer term, I'm biased for the upside at the moment for this week. To signal if it's moving below, moving for the down for a retest. If it's make a continuation, this is a good sign. So a lot of resistance up above. So just give you heads up with some key indication. Nvidia. Change of trend, guys. Change of trend, like the SPY. But again, I think it will just move for a retest. This is just lagging like the SPY. So if we see the SPY holding and move up, it's probably gonna do so. Again, any move for the downside will bring the buyers, and you see the momentum making divergence in a bigger time frame between those moves. So if we take the Fibonacci from here, this is the high. You can see it resting on the 6180. Just do it with you, and I'm seeing the same thing, moving for the upside. So let's see if it's gonna still rest and then trying to break. So this is attempt for a change in trend. Be very careful about it because we didn't see it, but now check something. All right. Let me give you. All right. Now we can see it more clearly. You can see this change in trend, right? See what happened. Buyers are strong in a trend down. Okay, buyers are strong in a trend down. And basically, they move for the upside. So it can do, because of this big move, now it's very small, with resolution, it can do the same. It can make sideways move and then make the break. So, and there is a sign for it. But at the moment, let's check because maybe there is a divergence. No divergence, no divergence. Could be here. Let's check. This is 95.04. This is 98. So there is a divergence. This is higher high. This is lower high. So it can move down, and it probably will. But if the buyers hold it, which means they're gonna give it a sign of moving down, but hold it in position, not let it break more down. This will come up, and then they touch, and then they move up for the upside. This is, I think, the more likely scenarios to be. Which means that this is on the weekly. Let's change it on the daily. Which means that we're gonna see a big sideways move and then maybe a break for the upside. Even though there is a big gaps. But do we have a sign for a clean break? No. Do we have a lot of support from below? Yes. Alright, so don't try to fight the trend here. Meta. Meta also sideways move, didn't do much. Boring. Some sort of reversal sign. You're gonna see this is moving up, this is moving down. If it's crossed the 50, moving for the downside. Nothing much to say about it here. Let's check for the 4-hour chart. It's still strong, didn't make a change. Momentum is still for the upside. It's probably gonna try to rest, move a little bit up, and then down again. mRNA. mRNA hold it. It didn't make the break below, and it moved up and moved for again for the 115. You can see it here. Resistance, 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 resistance again. So now you know where is the clean break. If the break is here, wait for it for a retest and then resuming with the trend. What we have, there is no divergence, there is no divergence, so this is a sideways move so far. You can see the pattern of 1 and 2. You can say that maybe there is no shoulder here, small shoulder there. It's break, retest, didn't manage. Make a fake break and move for the upside, so there is more sign for it to move for the upside. This is moving for the upside. Let's check it up here. This is 443, probably this is lower. Yes, sign for a move for the upside in the longer term, which is good. If we check the 1-hour chart to see, let's do a zoom out. This is the fake break, like in Apple. Fake break, boom, for the upside. Retest, and then let's see if it resume above here, moving for the upside. Below here, don't do a thing because it can make another break. BA was a good prediction, easy one for continuation for the downside. Nothing much to say about it. We saw the momentum, we saw it's still strong. We see the momentum didn't change here. So sellers try to make a fake, try to make a fake, try to make a fake, and they fail. So moving for the downside at the moment, nothing much. Will it come up? I think it will. When? You know what? Let's try to do something. 1, 2, no, come on, 3. 162, maybe, I don't know. Very oversold, which doesn't mean that it finished its move down. It can be an oversold a big and long time. So be very careful at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Usually between 9 to 13 there is a reversal. Do we have any signal for reversal? No. You can see it here, moving down, 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 down. Make the reversal, fake break, and then push for the upside. This is on the daily. There is a divergence. No, this is the short continuation we saw. It's more for the downside, didn't. So still continuation, maybe trying to make a fake. Let me check something. There is a divergence for reversal. You can see it here. This is moving up, this is moving down, but we don't have the signal. So maybe above here, moving a little bit up, resting, and then if we see the buyers trying to accumulate here, can be a good signal for moving for the retest here. Gold. Yes. Gold. All right. Gold. Keys on 1, keys on 3, keys on all touch, guys. Crazy. All right. So you can see a lot of volume here. This is a crazy, and you see the rejection. It basically, this is a selling area. Nothing much. Can it continue? Yes, it can. Do we need to rest, especially in the gold? Yes, we need. if we take the Fibonacci from here, 1, 2, sorry, cancel, and here, key zone didn't touch here, can't touch the 230, so maybe trying to rest. Do we have something to tell us? Let's check it inside. So far, moving for the upside. Any move for the downside can create divergence for the upside. 1, 2, let's see if we have another 3. If so, moving down. If not, can bounce it up. You can see it here. We're also already creating divergence. So we need to see if it can break here. The 215 close below. So far there is a divergence. If it's moved down and didn't break, so it means the bars are strong, and hold it for continuation for the upside. This is just the profit taking. They need to take some profit from this move for the upside. Alright, it can do something like this. You can see it here. And resting. This is moving up, this is moving down, continuation for the upside. Oxy. No, silver. Silver, same move, nothing much, basically copycat. Again, you can see more clearly the divergence there. It's moved down, didn't break, so if it breaks below the 25.20, 25.18, close below, can mean continuation. For more selling pressure, at the moment, no, I don't see it yet. There is no divergence for any direction. Let's check it out on the 1 hour chart. Again, could rest on the 25 again for a retest. You can see the divergence. So if it breaks here, the 25, 18, 17 here. Yeah, didn't do so. You can see a big volume for selling, which is good. This big move for the upside. And lots of profit there. Good. Positive about it so far, guys, in the longer term. Oxy, didn't talk about it last week. I forgot about it. So now let's check it. Move for the upside again with the gold, with silver, and touch the 70, spike it up, and got sold, overbought. A little bit weakness for more selling pressure which need to come. But now the 68 is a support area. You can see it, it almost touched our key Fibonacci level. I didn't touch, you just see it here. Almost touch it, but the 68 is a key level for a retest. So let's see what now. It can move again a little bit more down, creating, completing the divergence, and then moving for the upside. So far, you can see it here, moving for the downside, something like this, and then continue for the upside. Can do so again. There is no divergence yet giving us any sign for a big move for the downside. So I'm biased for move a little bit down and then trying to make another attempt. All right, what we have here. I stay with the 1 hour chart because you see a change in the trend. This is the moving average, how it changes color. This is a negative one. A negative is good. It doesn't mean a failure. It just means a correction in the market. And a 5% to 10% correction in the market is more than welcome because we need it because of this big move. All right. So to reach to the 500, even for the 480, is a very good correction. If we take here, all right, 50%, 495, it's gonna be a good correction. At the moment, because let's check the daily, because of the big red candle of the daily, which means we change the trend. But the buyers are still strong. Any move for the downside will bring the buyers, and I think they will hold the 510, 508, and probably bounce from the Qs. Didn't change the trend. So we have the IWM which changed the trend on the 4 hour chart. We have the SPY which changed the trend on the 4 hour chart, but Qs didn't. And you can see it here, any move for the downside starting to create divergence for the upside, so it brings more buyers. So if you're looking at only on the 1 week, probably we're gonna see a little bit more down, and even inside, more inside candle, because the buyer will try to stay strong and hold at the price. But even if they fail, they will just, they're gonna be a big failure, not big failure, but they will just let the seller sell, and they're gonna re-enter at the 500 and the 495 area, and then they will re-enter with the big volume and push the market for the upside, because there are lots of profit in this move. So this is my prediction so far. I hope I mainly gave you a key zone for the upside or for the downside, because we are basically in a big sideways zone from the end of February, from here basically, or maybe in mid-February. You go up, down, up, down, up, down. This is a small break, selling, and then coming back. So from the 510, when we break in here, yeah, from March, almost 1 month, we didn't do much. I know March is usually a positive month, and April and May also, but so far we are resting, and I think it's good. So I hope I helped you. Don't be panicked from this red candle yet. I know this is a big one. I know there is a change in trend, but try to see if the buyers are coming. If they are coming, it's a good sign. If not, reposition and try rethink where is the panic gonna be. You have a lot of gap. Usually gap get close. So what? Maybe it's another attempt to buy in cheap. So this is it, guys. Hope you like it. This is only some ideas I'm giving you to think about. Do your own due diligence, guys. So guys, thank you and bye bye.